What's good, guys? Welcome to another episode of Moosh, Boosh. Which episode is it?
16.
16.
Where's our guy John Jones when we need him?
Right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He usually understands. Yeah, it's episode 16 of Moosh, Boosh, and we are back like cook crack, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. Is that back? Is cook crack back?
Cook crack back. Oh, John just on the ones and twos. John, if you could help us out with this episode, it'll be great. Because I'm feeling a bit groovy, darling. Okay.
I feel good too.
I want to say something because I've been in such a great mood, right? And, I just want to pay things forward, whether it's with love, money, kind words or whatever. And I just want to give a big shout out to you, Sienna, for putting that work in. For also, I can say, coming into my life, putting me on some money. Every time we talk, it's always like revolutionary talk and, it's just, she's just one of those girls that is not no gossip. It's never that. It's always about uplifting and what we're going to do to make change and let's get to the bag and put me in a position to make money. And so we're going to switch that narrative if black people can't work together and all this other stuff. Because let me tell you something, my circle is being recreated and all we do is work. So I want to say I appreciate you.
Thank you, Tamika.
You are welcome.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I wasn't expecting that.
You're not supposed to. That came from the heart.
I appreciate that. And it's not easy to take. I guess that was a compliment.
I know.
You know what I mean? So that makes me feel a little.
She's not
off guard.
She's not mushy.
No,
that's why you're the Boosh and I'm the Moosh. I'm a little more mushy.
I'm a little more bushy.
But inside, I touched that. It's that she's a gentle giant, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that though, for real.
Yeah, you deserve it
because I want to. That's something that I aspire to do, what you just said.
Yeah,
like I want to be a person that's known for, if we do have conversation, it's about these things and not that.
Oh yeah, all the time. And in return, that's even made me it's like when you're around people, you always want to make sure that person is helping make you a better person in whatever way, whether it's their influence, whether it's them putting you in your place in a beautiful way, though. Yeah. I mean that with all love, like, hey, because I know you're better than that or whatever. So I appreciate you for that.
Word.
But and I don't know if y'all saw any clips. You could go to More Sienna Please at on Instagram. Go to Sienna Robinson on Facebook and just see some of the clips on her story of her out there speaking. When I say she was saying that, talking that talk for real.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, go over and watch what she had. And even if you have some kids, just let them listen to the people that's putting the work in the inner city. We see the people on TV, but it's people boots to the ground out here, and Sienna is one of them, okay?
Thank you, Tamika. Oh my gosh.
Yay.
I do not like this at all.
I know you don't. I love it.
I don't tell anything that I'm doing other than, you know what I'm saying? If somebody hires me to do something, then I tell. Yeah. But outside of that, I just move because it's important to me. And, our people are the most important thing right now. So I feel like somebody asked me if I had like a religion, and I was like, no, I did this whole conversation about religion and spirituality and how I respect and understand and blah, 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 blah. And then he said to me at the end, do you think that your religion is, your dedication to black people, to the community? Is that your religion? I said, whoa.
Wow.
That's thanks. Yeah, he kind of gave me that because
is your religion your dedication to black people?
Yeah,
that is so interesting.
Yeah, and I said, I guess I would have to say so because a movie. Remember that movie? I don't remember who was in it. I don't know if it's Kate Blanchett, but they do like Queen Elizabeth. It's one of the really good versions of it. And eventually, she comes to a place where she says that she's married to the people.
Right.
She never gets married. She never has children. But her folks, she was one of the the best ruling queens, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, of her time or of this time. So she dedicated herself to the people, and I connect to that. So I've always thought of that.
You know what? And now that the moon is rising in Capricorn, and it is the feminine Capricorn as well. So everything right now is about putting that work in. But they already said that with last year's retrograde.
Yeah.
That right now, last 2019 was about your manifestations. You were kind of getting things easily. Because I know things were just, my blessings were coming. But 2020 and the retrograde that we in, and now that the moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn stands for what? Strength, hard work, loyalty. That's what y'all do. So I am appreciative of being around this energy. And let me tell you something. Whoever made love to that full moon last night?
Oh my God.
Because that full moon was
I
a Capricorn.
saw, wasn't it beautiful last night?
Did you see the reflection of the freaking sun on the moon?
Yo, all the
God,
damn,
ain't no joke.
All the damn fireworks last night, because it was a billion fireworks. I mean, it was ridiculous fireworks.
4 a.m.
I mean, come on, fireworks. But okay, even through all of those fireworks, the moon was sparkling. It's still, the fireworks didn't even compare to what the moon looked like last night. It was still beautiful.
Well, I'm going to put you on Dr. Ali because he was talking, and I don't want to misquote him because it's so precise. So I'm going to tag you on him. And he was talking about all of this because he studies this. And it's more so cosmology, not astronomy and, the fluff. So Venus or Capricorn is in the feminine moon and all this other stuff. And the work that is being done, it's a new star that's being introduced. And it's about... It's change, and it's our time right now. So everything that we're feeling, these money manifestations, being around people, talking this talk, moving, we are shifting the energy in the universe. So stay on course. Don't get caught up in YouTube. Don't get, I gotta pay attention to you guys too, but don't get caught up in silly posts, having fun. Keep your boots to the ground. Do what you're supposed to be doing, and everything that you're doing, work hard. Whoever's not working hard, you're a straight bum. It's the time. The universe is gonna give it to you. Put the work in.
This time has been that, that's what this whole coronavirus situation, I believe, was for us to just sit down and be able to get this hard work established, the foundation established. I think I've done very well throughout quarantine. You know what I'm saying? It did me well. You know what I mean? So I understand how it didn't do some people well, but it did. And one of the things was that it made me really focus on stability. And what's this upward mobility on top of that, how to, and that's very all Capricorn-esque. Us taking one step up to the next. That's what we want to do, and that's how we feel accomplished. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to just get there without any work. It's important for us to feel that we earned that space. The reward. Yeah. When you've earned something. Listen, I've gotten things that have come very easily to me, and they're not here anymore. Yeah. I don't even know what these things are, these material things. I remember having, a few years back, a bunch of diamonds that I was wishing to pass down to my daughter, and hopefully when she has kids, I keep it as a family heirloom. And I remember how I received those gifts. It was, whatever. But not stealing anything. But I wouldn't think stealing. That was not where I went to be. Not stealing anything. Oh my gosh, Tamika. I'm from the hood. What's up? Shout out, Carl. What's this? I mean, that's okay. Tamika, you gotta put that somewhere. You can't hold it the whole time. I'm sorry, guys. You trying to get your arm workout in at the same time? That's why you guys need to go to YouTube? Microphone check. Yeah, you guys need to go to YouTube for the edited version when we edit it. This is going to be a week behind, but again, you'll really be able to see Sienna and I, and our engineers put a lot of great work into it, guys. And you've been blessing us on Facebook, but we need the YouTube views because we need this grant. We need this grant to really give you all the content that we need to give you, right? But what were we saying? I'm sorry. Could you help us out, guys? But I'm just saying. Is that the purple chem dog talking? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that's because I had something. It was talking to you. So okay. I'm jealous. So wait, I packed you I made you a little snack pack of it, and you said you had some. Oh, because I thought we was vibing. That's true. No, I was giving you a little piece. Here, take this, and you was like, oh, I got a little one. I was like, okay, yeah, and yours was definitely better than mine. Listen, but this is the new person. This is a whole new wave, though. Now, okay, I need that. I got you. Thank you. Appreciate you. We just vibing, guys. Very. Very. So feels good, right? I want to also say I appreciate that things aren't seeming so trendy. People are still, again, putting boots to the ground. They're not letting up. I want to say something about that. Okay, keep the energy flowing. And one more thing I want to point out is that if you go to Sienna's page and go to her story, when I say what she said, she's not here to make people feel comfortable. Honey, y'all need to go to Sienna, go to More Sienna Please on Instagram, or to Sienna Robinson on Facebook. Watch that story, and then when the whole version of the speech comes out, you guys can be directed towards that. But what were you saying? You said you had something to say. Yeah, the trendy thing. I forgot I was talking to earlier about that, but it's like trendy brings extremes because we have a situation where it's So it's so trendy, which is a good thing that we have, like, and I know we want to talk about it, like what's going on in Stone Mountain. You know what I mean? That you have
my friend was out there too, but go ahead.
We have these extreme groups that are really doing the work and the moving, like you said, boots to the ground. When things become trendy, it just the word spreads. So it's that. But on the other side, we have the whole other side of trendy where people are at these things for just a photo op and they don't really care. You know what I mean? So and then the whole spectrum in between.
But people have been sniffing them out.
It's just
they've been sniffing them out.
It's just we gotta, you know what I mean? It's just we have to always keep that in mind that there's a spectrum. There's still a spectrum in this conversation here. Exactly.
There's still people coming in.
Both sides of the coin that we have
acting
to
like allies.
Interact. You know?
Yeah. But what I want to say about the movement that was happening in Stone Mountain, because I want to reach out to, I want to go to their website and see how I could even be a part of that. Honestly,
donate whatever. Donate whatever could be helpful. Right.
But what they said, and this is what I stand for everybody that's out there. Okay. He said there will not be another white man killing another black man, and there will not be another black man, killing a black man.
That's right.
This is what I'm talking about right now.
Dealing with all sides.
The swamp has to be goodbye. The swamp is drained. It's gone. You too, because you did fucking shit up too. We don't care about you either. You gotta go.
Yep.
If you're not here for the greater good and have these kids walking outside feeling free and not feeling they're gonna get stopped for any reason, or being nervous of a person that's not of black color, or even being nervous because you are black, you got to go. You're not down with the program. If you're not gonna get down, you gotta lay down. And that's what I'm about. That's what, because it's a lot of niggerism going on.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I said again, the trendiness of it all is it's trendy to be black.
Right.
It's cute to be black. It's cute to be protesting and having signs and wearing, you know what I mean? It's like a thing right now. Right. So people take advantage of that, and we just have to be mindful. The people that are working are the ones that have been working, had a mindset of it. And if you're new to being woke, quote unquote, you know, like seek out those people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That have been doing this for some time now, not just somebody that's a fly by night. They just had an idea. I mean, that's good too. But, you know, it's a lot of reputable people and organizations, as we see, like the one that's in Stone Mountain and several others that I'm becoming more and more aware of as we're all trying to create these networks. Because that's where it's at, is we have to create a network for all of these different sections that we need to focus on within our community. And one of them is defense. So I'm so grateful to see, you know, people that are trained, that are of the same mindset, that are not like, you know, rowdy, or people that are, you know, somebody that's gonna be out here just running amok. Nope, we don't have that energy with those people at all. They're serious, they're organized. That's the energy we love.
So when thank God, again, like you said, with the trendiness and things spread like wildfire, and you have these groups that come out that we weren't aware of, and sometimes even complain about, me myself, saying we need this, and they're there. It was another set of them in Louisiana that was a no joke. And let me tell you, and I know you'd have been pleased to see that, because somebody had harmed a girl. And
was that the one that confronted them? They were like talking to somebody. They had the guns. They were strapped. Was that Louisiana?
They were strapped. They were young. I believe that was Louisiana.
It might have been, because I feel like I saw one of those videos too.
I think you were talking about the same thing.
That's good.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Young cat. He was out there. Even an older guy was talking. He was like, "Big dog, hold on for a minute," because this guy knew he was talking about. He was breaking things down, but they was out there to protect a woman. And this is what we're going to segue a little bit, but this is what we're talking about when we say we need to feel protected. And I do appreciate the imagery of, damn, okay, there's people out here that's really courageous, and they're not playing it. Even with black people, we don't care. You gotta go. You can't mess up, because it's gonna always be a few apples that's gonna try to spoil the bunch. And we don't have time for that. We've been doing this for over how many years? How many hundreds?
Trying to get somewhere.
Yes, and we are. I mean? So what I like, so we see something in Georgia, we see something in Louisiana, and I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of other places. Now let's see if we can connect with these people. How do we do that? And I see we're doing the work to bring it to Jersey, or to bring it to, because, and I see the narrative of people wanting their blocks protected, period. And to see that black young guy come out there and say, you're not going to be doing nothing to no female, took the female, where the female go? What happened? And brought her out there to make people look at her and say, you ain't messing with this sister.
You're not going to do that.
So we need more of that energy. Shout out to, I don't want to mispronounce her name. I can't stand it. Olawatian.
Maybe.
Olawatian.
I think I'm saying it right. I might be botching it too.
Right. So I think we know what we're talking about. So Olawatian, when we say that we need protection, as much as we scream for everyone else, we need to scream for her. She was 19 years old, an activist. And that she screamed out for help. The guy then raped her and murdered her. A black man.
A baby.
We getting rid of evil. It's bigger than Trump. Y'all so stuck on Trump. It's so much. We got swamps in our own hood.
Exactly.
What the hell y'all talking about? Y'all not going to be able to touch Trump. How about that? So let's touch what we could touch.
Exactly.
What we're doing and spreading the word can maybe get to that. But my whole agenda is not just to bring Trump down. I'm sorry. My agenda is to strain the swamp.
Yeah.
Get rid of the bad. It's enough is enough. We're scared in our own hood sometimes. You want to everything is not snitching if you want the greater of good. It's not.
Wait. So that's what I just said to a good friend of mine yesterday. He was
tired of these hood
telling
rules.
me about getting my permit and gun, all of that stuff. He's a police officer.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about how I could apply and all of that.
Right.
So okay, good. And then I said, you know what's crazy is that I didn't even really consider having a gun. Like, I understand the importance of I've gone to the range and all that stuff or whatever. I get that, but I didn't really consider it until I got threatened by a black man on my own block.
Right.
And
right.
that bothers me. That's why I feel like I need to protect myself.
Exactly.
Not really considering like, white supremacists or whatever are gonna come after me, or I gotta like fight the man, the government.
I don't really worry about white people getting me.
Exactly.
To be totally honest.
Exactly.
I don't really count them that way.
That's a problem to me. You know
I worry about if a guy like me and I don't want to talk to him, he gonna smack me in the face with a skateboard like they did that young lady in Brooklyn. But what I do like on the flip side, that the hood was looking for him. The guy took down his Instagram. He's in hiding, the cops, because the community came together. Because we're not dealing with that.
You just can't.
That's not happening. Because guess what? I have a daughter, and I know to avoid this. I know if somebody ever was to do that to my daughter, I gotta tell my daughter where my stash account is to get my lawyers ready. Because that's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna fly by. And I don't even know if I'm gonna depend on the cops at first.
We need a code of conduct, like, for our community. Like, just make it said, as opposed to, like, because there's this idea of what black people do and don't do, right? We do have those kind of codes within our group that we say that these are typical things that black people do, and these are typical of other races that they do, or what have you. Right. So I still think that certain things just need to be established and set. And it's not that what I'm saying is a new idea at all. There's already many out there that we can utilize and or glean from, but I do believe that we need to start in terms of our community, how we're gonna run them. Yes. I'm on board with a gentleman by the name of Ramsey Eunice, who's basically following after the same prescription as what Seattle is doing. Yeah. That we need to have autonomous zones and run our own government, because we've been terrorized by this one for too long. So I'm no longer gonna just give my vote or my attention. Oh my gosh, I'm about to piggyback off of that. So with that, you know what I mean, we have to figure out how we're going to protect ourselves and interact with each other in these spaces that we are going to eventually take over. We have to learn how to work in that.
Well, I want to piggyback off of that. So when people are asking me, people who know Pink Elephant, Concrete Glamour, have been rocking with me for a while, even the new people, because I will say some outlandish things on my page. Again, I'm here to make you think. I'm not here to try to change your mind. My name is not God, okay? I am Tamika. I'm here on an assignment. I know that. I am a human. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get all deep and take things, I'm not surface, okay? So I'm just going to introduce myself to you. I don't fight. I'm not fighting the Biden and the Trump fight, okay? I'm not fighting I'm not in that. You guys are fighting the Trump fight. You just so focused on Trump. You're so focused on Trump so much. You've become obsessed with him just being a racist. My fight is bigger than that.
It's emotional. They can get it, but in our feelings.
But your feelings are not facts.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
We're on the same exact page. It has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
To me, like I've said before, this has to be, if we're going to think about a presidential whatever, that can't happen till 2024. I'm not even beat for thinking about 2020. That has nothing to do with
And if you want to,
just has nothing to do with us, to me. Like,
so for black people,
we don't have anything to do with it. We don't have a horse in a race. We ain't got a dog in a fight. I don't have a candidate that I support. I don't support anything that this government is doing or has done to our community particularly. So I'm withdrawing. I'm withdrawing from.
I don't want to give a pressure. I don't want to give a pressure vote because of what other people might think about me.
Exactly.
I am not here to make you feel comfortable, and I'm not here to create fake friendships or convince you that, hey, I'm down with everyone. The main people that's talking about Trump, that's so obsessed with Trump, are not even putting the work in.
Exactly.
They're just trying to tell everybody how they're just telling everybody how awful they are if you vote for Trump. When your brother's out here killing people, when your mama out here is, you know what I'm saying, not taking care, your mother wasn't taking care of her own kids, when your whole family is filled with drugs.
They don't even vote. How about they don't even vote? They don't even participate in
or you probably
in their community or
you probably
in their home or whatever. Like,
and what I want to know this.
So
what are you doing in your community?
Exactly.
What have you done? Holler at me, because I want to know. Because if you're doing something, I want to be down with you as well. You know, I got little things that I have connections. I have a mayor that's reaching out to me. If you want to really do some work, holler at me. But if you think you're going to come and talk to me or any of my queens, goddesses, whoever that's out here putting this work in because you feel uncomfortable by the way we think, and the way we think is for you. Mm-hmm. It's for black people. It's for you. You see, a lot of y'all, based on emotions, you're the ones that will. You remind me of what was his name? The cop lady that she went to the wrong door in Botham. Right?
Oh,
yes,
John.
See, you kind of remind me of the black folks that want to hug the killer of their child and stuff like that because you know, my compassion, and because black people were born with empathy and compassion. You know, we weren't born to kill like that. That's not how we're built. You know, other people came in this world.
Things that black people do, things that we don't do.
So what we're not right. So I can't really connect with those people right now. I understand, because through God and forgiveness, look, forgiveness is for you, baby. I don't have to hug somebody. I don't want those people. Those are the Trump support. Those are the ones that's so obsessed with Trump.
What you just said is the key line. Forgiveness is for you.
Forgiveness is for me.
It's not up to me to forgive you for whatever it is.
You gotta talk to God about that.
If you feel a guilt for whatever your ancestral line is doing, or however you're participating in your privilege at this point, that's just what it is. And or as black people, how you are doing something or not doing something to contribute to our community. Like, that's all y'all own personal stuff. Right. I think that Tamika and myself and definitely people that I see on both of our lives are actually doing work and standing by that in ways in which we feel represent our morals best. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I could say. And that's all that everybody should do. Based on your morals, you know, link up with people that are doing the same type of stuff you're doing, whatever that may be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to tell people how they're supposed to interact with politics. I like to make people think, because I feel that the people that I know have one narrative. And I want them to open their mind up. Even when I speak on, listen, there's topics that I speak on that I don't want to speak on because I know that they can be sensitive. Mm-hmm. I know that it can be hurtful. I know, and I also, you're talking to a person that feels everything, guys. It gets exhausting at times, but I also know my purpose. And once you find out your purpose and who you are, I cannot be involved with everyone's feelings. I don't want my people of the LGBTQ community to be used by this agenda. I don't. Right. I think you're better than that. And I want you to realize when you are being used, to stand up for yourself. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to, I get it. I get why the whole all Black Lives Matter, but fuck that. We won. We can't keep on separating ourselves within ourselves. Fuck all them feelings, because I don't want to make this group, you know, okay, all lives matter. That means even the drug addicts. We love everybody. Mm-hmm. Now let's stand like that and show them, because they laughing at us for even that. Not that we have to be worried about it, but let's not perpetuate a reason or whatever. We're stronger than that. We don't have to say that within our own group. We are black. But we are one. But the thing about it is that the hard thing about that, Tamika, is that we do, because even within our own group, people are making are passing judgment and saying who is eligible or valuable enough to be a representative of our movement. Yeah. That happens in our community all the time. Okay. There's bigotry within our own situation. So if people are, whether they're part of LGBTQ community or a woman or whatever the hell it is, or whatever your religious, spiritual background is, we don't have time for all of that. You're absolutely accurate in that. So that means that all of the nitpicking about that has to stop as well. Just as much as the people who have to have tougher skin, the people that are saying these things that have nothing to do with our issues as a black community as a whole, they also have to stop, because that's why these people are saying they don't feel comfortable. uncomfortable because every time they try to say something like that, it's, oh, you a sissy, you a this, you a that, you only care about women, you only care about, like, it's all these attacks on why what you're saying, even though it's about all black people. If I'm talking about a black woman, it doesn't matter, right? We all black people, but I get beat up sometime if I'm talking about black women too much, especially if it has something to do with black men and what they've done to them. And that's not my fault. That's not my fault. But I'm definitely going to speak up about terrible shit that happens to black women. And as black men, no matter what your sexual preferences or whatever, religion, whatever, you should also protect us because you would not be here without us. So that's just the bottom line.
And I'm totally with that. This is why I cannot wait till a platform is created for everyone to talk about this, because I'm a person that I look at everything from both sides, and I'm a truth seeker, and I like to understand why these things happen and how we can make both sides feel comfortable. Because like I said, I was talking to somebody, and I can say at least honestly and more, if I take the time to listen, where black men have protected a black woman and they've gotten either killed behind it. Okay, I have my brother. My brother is the type of person that's going to jump out of a car, and if somebody rob you, he's going to jump. That's naturally who he is. We had to have a talk with him and sit down a little bit, because the female, I remember this. I was looking for the female, wasn't even appreciative of my brother. Mm-hmm. And that's when me and my dad had a talk, like, don't run down nobody for no phone. But innately, that's his sister. He see a black woman, he went. This was right in Irvington. Jumped out his car, knocked the dude down, like really on some movie shit, real life. Took the phone, gave the girl back her phone, and she didn't even say thank you. Mm. You feel what I'm saying? That's my brother. He could have died behind you. I got a problem with that. We got to come together. We're hurting. We got to heal. I heard, brother, let me tell you something. I know a brother, rest in peace, Richard, that saved a sister that was getting abused. And guess what? He died and she still married him. Mm-hmm. It's both sides. People are hurting. Yes, so we need to have a place where we can feel safe.
There are absolutely
accountability.
Absolutely. And there are both sides to it. The hard truth about it, though, is that there's more cases of one situation than another. That's the hard part. That's the hard scenario.
Or I believe that. I really believe that. Yeah. Or do we hear about women more than we hear about how men feel when they do have protected women? Do we talk about that?
Okay, well, we may not hear about how men feel. That's a whole nother conversation.
Or what they've done.
About what they've done and how they feel and all of that.
Because we just expect them to do that.
That's a whole nother conversation. Right. I mean, in terms of them expressing how they feel about something. That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
In terms of why we hear mostly from women is because it happens to us mostly. Femicide is a real thing, no matter if you want to discuss it or not. It is. If you think about the two different genders and who's more likely to knock somebody over the head and drag them off and murder them somewhere, whether you want to talk about biologically why it's like that and your physicality and whatever the fuck, that's what it is.
No, it's true.
So because of that, that's why we hear it more from that side.
Sure.
It would be nice. I guess it would be helpful.
And women aren't killing men and kidnapping them and raping them and stuff like that.
We're just not. And we can't generally
can I say this?
You know what I'm saying?
When we have a conversation, I don't want it to be an angry conversation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because no one's going to listen to that. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to talk to people's soul. You feel what I'm saying? Because we don't talk to each other no more. Everybody's talking at each other and just, you got to do this and you got to. I am on my damn show, girl. And I'm sorry, that's my son's like stepmommy. She's probably like, she want to know if we home. I feel so bad. I'm going to get you in a minute, Jana. 7 apps closed. God
oh my gosh, your whole shit for closed.
My whole shit.
I'm sorry.
Can't
you gotta finish your point.
I think I'm over. Damn.
Really? Your apps?
I think I'm overheating for some reason. I don't know it's time to get a new phone. Shut up, Sienna. I'm gonna get my iPhone.
I'm trying.
But anyway, I just want to say that because we are so emotional, we are so passionate, and then I think what happens is we get that way when we feel like we're not being heard. Yeah. So it's like we got to scream louder and louder and louder. I don't want us to. We got to create a space where we're gonna be heard. Or we're going to all turn against each other, and it's just going to all... Let's just say, hypothetically, right? This whole plan, and people live harmoniously. Mm-hmm. And we don't figure this out. It's going to be I forgot what the movement is called, but it's going to be a bunch of men that don't even want to be in relationships no more because they tired. A bunch of women don't care about having a man. No procreation going on. The way that nature and the way that Earth, it's all different dimensions and all different planets, and other beings live on other planets. Mm-hmm. And if you think that we're the only being, not you, but you know, if you think that we're the only beings, you got another thing coming. Mm-hmm. But when we were put on this Earth, We're nature. Black people are nature, okay? We are here by design a certain way. I didn't make the rules up. Maybe Venus, whoever ruling Venus or how Venus go, they got their whole setup over there. Mars is different, Saturn is different, Pluto. I don't know, but I know in Earth, the design was made a certain way. And if we all come out here and the end result is us just being mad and saying, fuck it, the shit, we're gonna crumble regardless. It's like, yo, this picture, this is such a fucking bigger picture. We gotta like.
I think the unity, even in our relationships and our family, will strengthen as we continue this movement, because we don't have a choice but to work together.
Yeah,
we don't have a choice. We're gonna be put into certain circumstances where we have to follow the leader, where we have to work together. Like, this is a commune type of situation.
Yeah.
If people are, again, I know the way in which my morals are leading me to go. So based on what it is that I want to do, that would be the lifestyle that I would have to, adopt and adapt to more so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which would be a lot more of other people leading and me kind of, gaining my footing in this type of new lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. But I don't know if, other people are. A lot of people are not okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's really to me, what the bottom line is happening with like this whole black movement is you have to select which way you're gonna go. Are you gonna be on the Black Panther Party? Are you gonna be a part of SNCC? Like, what are you gonna do? Because there's different organizations moving in different directions,
right,
looking for different things. We kind of are all meeting in the middle, but ultimately we're going about them in different ways.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out which way feels best.
Yeah. I mean, right now, as far as and that's for everybody. But for me personally, I'm still researching groups, and one that I think is the best fit for me. I know that when I started researching more on the BLM and a lot of their movement, because she said that she's a trained, I need my phone. She's a trained,
that's like a job,
Marxist.
Okay.
So a lot of their movement, when I started digging everything on all the women that started and everything, and I'm not really with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like the sentiment of it, but they're trained Marxists. So a lot of their agenda is to bring Trump down. That's one of their biggest agendas, and they're trained. So a lot of stuff that we seen in the news, this is the Democrat Party, a part of BLM, promoting this to turn you away from Trump. So if your main idea, and I get it, they think if they bring Trump down, but they also have their own agenda inside of BLM.
Of course.
And I'm just not with that. And I get it, but I'm not with their movement at all, when I really did. I don't want to hear about none of that. Are you for black people or not? I'm tired of hearing about everything. I really am. Are you a human being? Are you freaking a spiritual being? Are you a black person? I don't want to hear about cisgender, this. I don't care no more. I really don't. I'm tired of it.
I think that this is all I can say about Black Lives Matter for myself. Like, I respect the marketing.
Yes.
I respect the marketing.
Yes.
And that's as far as it goes for me.
Right.
I don't have no
I like the noise.
tie to whatever they do or whoever they are or whatever, because again, you gotta morally find what works for you, not just be trendy.
Yes,
because that's Black Lives Matter happens to be trendy. I'm not saying that they have never done anything that's positive.
For sure.
Brought light to something that needed attention. Like, I cannot say that they did not do those things at all, because I know about certain situations due to Black Lives Matter, due to the movement that they have. I know about certain situations.
Yeah.
So I can't discredit them completely.
Never.
But within that, it's just, it never connected to me as something that this is what I really want to do. I think in the very beginning, it was just like a energy that we haven't had in a long time. I'll say, as a community. So I think a lot of us just got starstruck in that respect. Like, ooh, this has legs. Yeah. We should all join.
Yeah.
Like, we don't, because we're all looking for a plan. Everybody's looking for the strategy. We're looking for the next step. So when you see something, especially on all of our avenues, like a social media tip that has some legs, that people are following, that celebrities are a part of now, that people, you know what I mean? They're at all of these things. It's just, it feels like the right thing to do to get on board.
I like the noise.
I'm glad.
Right, that's the thing. I like the noise that's being made. But however, like I said again, and this is and another narrative I don't like. Well, don't say this because, we're doing this in the movement, and, and I'm not doing that for nobody no more. That has been the cancer in the black community. Hold on, let me finish.
What? I mean,
let me finish. Let me finish. It's been a cancer in the black community of covering up things and putting a Band-Aid over shit to try to we have to, everything that we have to do, the reason that we're going through all of this and everything, because we don't get down to the root. We want to pacify it. Let's just go with the cause. Oh, don't say that, Tamika, too loud, because it's black folks and we got this movement. I know what to say and what not to say. I'm here to make you think. If after I make you think, you still saying, I get that and I rock with it, as long as you know what you rocking with. Don't go into anything blindly. That's how we accepted the Section 8 and just dealt with that from the Democratic Party. Oh, we good now. But the black man can't be in the home. So it's okay now. Now women like, oh, I can raise these kids by myself. We get this energy and we get this, we pick up this, this new movement of independence that's not really conducive to raising kids, because we feel comfortable like we could do it now. It's okay. Now we get cheap rent, but the man can't be in the home. We got to sacrifice certain things if we want a family. All of that. I don't want us to jump on board to do something that might feel good, that we're feel good, that factually at the end it's not really conducive to us. It's not really good for us. Okay, thank you for helping us pay this rent, but we will no longer accept blah, blah, blah. The man got to be in the home. So if it's somebody that want to change that or help that and make that mandatory or something, whereas two people probably struggling. If you give us a little help, this family could stick together and they probably just having this help by their own home or whatever like that. Those type of things that we've been falling for forever because we don't really know what's going on. They're just, what I do like about people finding out about Biden and everything, they're doing their research. They're not just going into, some people are not going into things blindly anymore.
Because I feel like, I hear you. I'm grateful to the people that are actually doing research too, because you should look up everything for yourself. You can't just take whatever somebody is saying to you on this, even whatever the hell we saying. You gotta look it up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, making sure that you do your research and you actually are, I guess, innately connected to whatever this is the most important thing. 100%. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. It has to correlate with your personal morals.
Yes.
Don't just go along stuff. And people are totally going along like blindly with the Biden situation because of, like we just said, I refuse to be bullied into voting for Biden. I've decided that I am withdrawing my consent from this U.S. government. They're terrorists. I'm not agreeing to this. We need to form our own. Once the crew is together here in this state, then I'll do so. But until then, I'm not gonna take part in this. I'm not signing my name on the fucking devil's book, because now you got evidence that I agree to whatever the fuck it is that you're
the lesser
doing.
Of two devils.
I'm not doing lesser of two evils is what everybody want to keep. That's what they did with Hillary in Trump, and I was totally bullied. I was 1,000,000,000% bullied, and I felt bad that I didn't vote. I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, I did vote because I felt bad that I needed to vote for Hillary, because everybody was like, oh, you gotta vote. How do you not vote? And it's the lesser of two evils. And I felt like trash doing that. And I'm never going to do that again in my life. And now I'm so grateful that I found an alternative to that, because I don't subscribe to anything that the U.S. government has ever done to black people and continues to do. So
it's been proven.
We just need our own government.
So how can they feel? What I don't understand is, with the bullying, why can't they see things from our perspective? Understand. This is what I was talking to. We're gonna have a doctor on our show in August. I'm gonna talk about that. It's gonna be super fun. But he's actually plugging him real quick. What's up, Harry? If he's here. But starting? Yep. I'm here. Okay. Guys, my phone was overheated. I'm sorry, but I'm back like good crack. Okay. He's going to talk about the coronavirus. I believe he's trying to come up with some type of patent or cure or whatever. He's in the lab, so I'm interested in learning about that. But what I noticed with a lot of doctors, everything is, if it's not out the book, if it isn't the science, it can't be true. And I don't connect with that all the time. So I also want to ask him, because of the government, because of things like smallpox that were given to the Native Americans, and syphilis that were given to the Tuskegee experiment, and certain experiments that are gone on in Africa to make women not be able to bear kids, sterile. For all of these things, do you not understand why we just say, I think I gotta think about this one before I give my vote? Is it too far-fetched as to why we feel that this way? Or you just want to be a bunch of sheeple and just go with one agenda? That's what it is. And it's just to get Trump out. No matter what happens to us, just get him out.
I'm not with that. It's not even that. It's just they have been so brainwashed in the fact that It's true. Dr. John Henry Clark said it all the time that the worst thing is that the African has no confidence. We don't have no confidence in ourselves.
No.
We don't even understand our own human rights. We don't understand that, we have the right to self-determination, which means what? That, I don't agree with this government. So I have the right to abolish it. You work for us.
That's it.
It's more of us than y'all. Why the hell are we letting them tell us what to do? Why are we out in the streets begging them to stop doing this to us? Please stop killing us. Please stop. No, it's not. You're fired. All y'all, we demand. This is it. The people have to come together and say, no, we demand this shit to be over. It's done. We no longer give you the authority. We not even voting for y'all shit no more. We voting for our own shit.
That's it.
And we have the right
party
to do that. We have our right to do that. Right here in this room right now, we can vote for whatever the fuck we want to vote for as American citizens, adults, and we could do whatever the fuck it is that we really want to do.
Absolutely.
But because people don't have that type of self-determination, that confidence, they don't know that we've been taught, like you said, to be sheeple, to look at, we just got to stay in this one place and just follow this, everything they say. Oh, we got to vote this day, so vote that day. Or we got to vote for Democrat. Oh, I'm going to vote for a Democrat. That's all that we do. That's it.
Come on,
you don't think you can't, they just can't even see. And it's solely because we just don't have no fucking confidence in ourselves.
It's so true.
We don't feel confident about ourselves as a human, nevertheless a black person on top of that. Like, come on.
When you talk about no confidence in yourself, right? And just to get switch gears a little bit on the same topic. When you're telling a black person, I had a conversation with a gentleman today, and I was saying at one point in my life, I remember being scared of my own success. I know that I was powerful. I know that I was strong. I know that I was different. But I was scared of my own success, and I almost felt like I wasn't deserving of it subconsciously.
Hell yeah.
And want to know why? Because I was taught to think that way. That with this little bit, you go to school, you go to college, and you get a job.
And that's it.
And that's what you do.
And
that's success.
And then you get your little 401k, you get you a Camry in a townhouse, girl. That's it.
Maybe a dog.
You might.
Maybe if you could afford it.
A Camry in a townhouse. I'm just telling you, that's how I always thought. When I was teaching, that's what made me leave teaching, because there's a cap on your pay. No matter whatever, even if I go get my master's, I get my doctorate, I could go become a principal, whatever the fuck, there's still a cap on my pay.
Right.
Like, I can't exceed this amount.
Right.
That bothered me.
Yes.
That bothered the fuck out of me. I'm like, nobody's gonna tell me how much money I can make,
right,
based on whatever the fuck it is that I do. You cannot put a number on that.
That's right.
So once I realized that this type of system is just really not for me. I've definitely still had jobs,
right,
but I never put it as,
you can always get a job,
right. It's been a job. That's not been my career.
But
you know what I'm saying? And what is successful to me, that doesn't mean that it's successful.
You know what's successful?
You know,
going to sleep and waking up with money in your damn account.
I know that's right.
You flipped your money.
Don't the Cash App sound good? Doesn't
ding,
sound
ding,
great?
ding, ding,
I love
ding.
it.
So
I love it.
To kind of stick back on the confidence, when you go into a person, when I developed this confidence within myself, because I realized systematically, socially, and by our parents subconsciously teaching us that this is what wealth is.
Exactly.
As long as you got and they're proud of that. Oh, my daughter is a teacher. Oh, my daughter is such a manager. Oh, my daughter.
You saying my life right now?
That's my life.
Because I feel so bad. Like that.
That's my life.
That's like my family, my parents always coming to me like, "You sure you don't want to just go back to teaching?" Because I be like, "Oh my God, leave me alone. Let me do what I'm doing. Trust me. If you let me work this out, I can get far more than I would ever be able to get as a teacher in a little elementary school somewhere,
but
like
you're
whatever."
A teacher. Exactly
that part.
That's never gonna stop.
Thank you.
You understand?
My ex used to tell me that.
Yeah, you are born to teach. You are a Capricorn. You are a
we talked
my mother's that. My mother is a servant of the world. That's what she is.
We talked about life path numbers, right? Yours is an 11.
I'm an 11.
I'm a 9.
Ooh.
So mine is spiritual.
You a 9?
Yeah, that's Martin Luther King Jr. That's Gandhi. Those are 9.
Obviously, you're a 9.
You know what I'm saying?
Obviously.
That's 9 energy.
I knew that you was a leader. I knew that you was a leader, Rico. I knew it. Yeah, my life path number is 11. Anybody, if you don't know what your life path number is, if you want to hit me up in my inbox, I can help you understand yourself a little bit better and maybe help you understand your purpose. But yeah, I'm a master number. I'm an 11. That's what it's called, the master number, because I'm a 2 as well. But when I start to get the confidence and realize I can achieve,
we were close today.
Oh, are we? Hey, and you know she.
I feel like I'm like, cause she in that right the whole time, right? I'm like, is it me?
Oh, you have been.
Yes.
Oh, because I'm trying to
like,
get us
is it me?
We have been really close. Sorry.
I love you, but I'm like,
damn, bitch, can I get some elbow rooms?
Am I doing something?
I'm here, queen. I'm here. No, but because they be wanting to see you too. I always get these comments. And can I just give a couple people smacking my bubble gum listening. Okay, that's my girl Susie. I want to give a shout out to her. Alteric Wright, how you doing? Tia Carter, what's good, baby? Andrea, hope to see that new baby soon.
Oh.
And Mookie G, that's one of my heavy hitters in the Pink Elephant. I love her. Canby, what's good?
You want me to say something?
Introduce you to Canby so bad.
Okay.
And I've never met her, but I can. What's up, Rockbird? Much kisses to you and to Luke. Who you got over there, Sienna?
What's good? Mark Gifted. What's up? SYBMG. Mike. What's good? That's still City Big Daddy. You know who that is over there. What's good with y'all? Nubian Man. Shouts out to you, DJ One Under. Jay Wilson over here says, Moosh Boosh, love this show. Thank you so much. And really, Falak, what's good? Sorry. One more. JRS. the third. Fernando Singleton on Facebook said this a while ago. He said, we have to get people like Jamal Bowman and AOC in office because these progressives are truly fighting for us because they are us. Okay. I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I don't really care about those people, but I hear the words that you're saying. And there are people that work in government that actually do care about the people.
Absolutely.
That's just, it's any profession. Exactly. That's any profession. Yeah. Like, to me, it makes sense for like Latinos are able to assimilate into white society easier than blacks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just like Asians are too.
Yes.
It's just proven. So within that, that might be the route for Latinos, like an AOC pushing their personal agenda in government for them. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. But for us, it doesn't work that way. We've yet to be able to fully assimilate. You know what I'm saying? We just haven't.
Right.
We haven't, and we're not going to. We're not supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Yeah. I think that would be beneficial for that maybe specific group of people, but not us.
I'm just tired of those type of political fights. I'm just
exactly.
I'm ready just to create our own and see what we're gonna do the next for black people specifically.
Exactly.
You're right. That's what I'm on right now. So I get everything, but sometimes the politics talks, I'll be like this, huh? Yeah.
Because we've done this so many times. We've infiltrated. We've had a black president. We've had senators and Supreme Court people, and you know what I mean, in Congress.
Cory Booker came from being a mayor of Newark, and
we've had these things, and that's amazing. And we are now able to like eat lunch with white people and stay in the same places
and shop at their stores.
You know what I mean? And have our kids go to the same schools as theirs. Because we know that they're still segregated.
But we're
still segregated. It's still not separate but equal, which is what we should have had.
But this is the thing when you talk to certain people, and especially in our inner city, when you say things like we're still segregated, and because they don't get the feel of what was going on in the 40s and the 50s and 60s, where completely one side was white, one side was black.
Yeah.
Look at our communities. That's segregation. It's just 2020 segregation.
Right.
It's just updated segregation.
And the real issue is. It just wasn't, to me, if it was separate but equal, there would be no problems. That's the issue. Whatever aid and funding that you're going to give the white folk, if you need to give us that as well for education. That's the only issue that it was. Or for everything else, generally speaking, y'all just blocked us and wouldn't give us the same type of funding or payouts or land opportunities or property, whatever. They didn't do those same things. If we had those same type of opportunities for real, like for realsies, then you know what I mean? We could totally say separated. Right. But other than that, the reason that we did desegregate was because we weren't even getting our fair share over there. Like, back to our 40 acres and a fucking mule. Mm-hmm. We still never got that. So, you know what I mean? It's just, they're not going to work with us. So we just need to provide for ourselves.
At all.
And that's how it has to go. We have to do it for ourselves.
And that's why the network that Sienna and I are in when you think of revolution, right? It's not just about killing people. That's a part of revolution. Absolutely, it has to be done if there is some sort of war, right? Mm-hmm. But revolution is your money, circling your money. Let me tell you something. Jews are buying buildings because they circle their money within each other.
Exactly.
That's what they do, and they trust each other. That's the main thing. We just have to create a trust system. We don't trust each other. But going back a little bit about the not the confidence, because we got to get that.
Yeah.
And the not believing in yourself, right? Mm-hmm. When you even can tell someone that How about I hold you down? And I want to show you something that I can do for you. And you don't have to pay me nothing. And they still say, girl, I don't know. That is a psychological problem.
People like being, people are used to being poor. Yeah, they maybe they don't like it, but they're used to it.
They're used to being poor. Yeah. They are. And
they have a poor mentality. It's like poverty-stricken mentality. Yeah. So it's just even... Exactly. Even the opportunity seems too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Even from somebody that they may trust and love.
And they could sit back and admire everyone on TV or even some of their friends that have way more than them and cheer them on. But something within them that just does not feel like they're deserving of it. And they got to dig deep. Damn, we need some therapy up in this spot. Gosh darn.
That to me is healing. The key, is our key to reparations as well. I do believe that, I do agree with the gentleman Ramzul Yunus who talks about basically utilizing property as our assets, and that can be used as collateral for our reparations. Once we create autonomous zones, we then would get the money for the property from the government or whatever, and that would be a form of reparations. So it is ours, and we actually got it in that way. We didn't ask them for it. Yes. But I do believe that they still owe us a bit. I feel him, but I believe that I physically want them to sign some shit that they owe us some fucking money. Yeah. So with that being said, I think that, one of the areas that reparations needs to be had from the U.S. government has to do with mental health support. And I know that post-traumatic slave syndrome is the key ingredient to be able to really prove as to how we should be provided with, healthcare in general, but definitely mental health support, because we've never been any sort of rehabilitation from any type of trauma that we've suffered from all of the 400 years of our situation. And it's proven that genetically you pass on trauma. Not even just those type of situations.
And what's so funny when you say you pass on trauma, it's not even just the mental part, it's the physical part.
All
because when you think of black people in our community, white people don't suffer from high blood pressure. And high blood pressure stems directly from slavery. The way they used to plank us on the ships, and the way our blood pressures went up genetically, it was, and through our DNA, it carried on. So we have to be very careful of the foods that we eat, because on top of that, because of these things, that is more what's the word? Help me out, Sienna.
I'm sorry.
It's more influential in our neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
that word. Whatever?
I agree. Influential is the right word, because these are those pre-existing conditions,
that you are born with.
Yep.
So that's another thing that we have to be more mindful of. And then you said something too about everybody should get their blood type checked out.
Need more black therapists, definitely.
Yes. Black. Okay, can I say this? Yes,
a black
therapist. Yes, absolutely. Because I've been to 2 therapists before. I went to a white one. My insurance, it was in the network. We paid for it. Blah blah blah. I went there. White people just don't get us, y'all.
You can't connect.
They don't get it. He was so, and they sent me, and my girlfriend referred me. She was like, he's so great. She's not black, but she was like, he's so great. Okay, he was in the network. I went. They just don't get our being. Then I went to a sister. I sat down.
Yeah.
And she fixed it, man. She made me look at, that's where I think when I talk and I always look at things from other ends, the way she would come and say, what if you did it like this, or did you ever? And I'll be like, damn, I never thought of it like that. Okay, well, and she helped heal me. Black people, we're natural healers. How many times in the hood that's one of your friends or somebody had nobody saying your mama done took the men, and we do this, y'all.
Right.
We're natural therapists. So yeah, and my girlfriend put a post up that said, "Black men, who do you go to vent to?"
I saw that too.
Yeah, and it was
you know what I always think about? You know how when Charlie Brown, they used to have Lucy that would sit there and she would ask Charlie Brown 5 cents, and she would do therapy with him. I thought that why wouldn't we have that, or at least have a space outside in the hood or whatever? We have mental health professionals. Why can't we set up little booths and people can at least talk for a minute, almost like confessional works, y'all. I know that may seem like a really odd thing.
It's liberating
in the Catholic Church, but it's something that is beneficial and necessary, because it just gets it off your chest. You get somebody to kind of bounce things off of
that you trust.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's confidential. It's not a person that has a stake in whatever you're talking about. It's a third party. It's just beneficial for release and peace. It's very helpful therapy, or at least being able to vent, like you said. So I would what if we did a mental health fair, and you do things like that? You bring a few mental health professionals, and people can come and sit and talk for just a certain amount of minutes.
I mean,
almost like how psychics do. You know how they do like a psychic fair where it's like, oh, you come and you get your cards read for like 20 minutes or something.
Yes.
Like you could work something out and talk to somebody for 20 minutes.
Absolutely. I have something like that going on right now with the pink elephant, where my messenger is crazy because all the men, they talk to me and they vent, and I'm just happy that I'm able to be that person that they can trust. And of course I would never go against that, you know. But if we could get more women, because it's so many women that are nurturing and they can't.
And we need black men too to talk to the men sometimes.
That's what I'm really. Okay, that's what I'm getting to. We need the black men, okay? Because a lot of times, and we may do it too, but I just want to stick to this. The black men may get on here, and I might hear some men, especially religious men, okay? And they will constantly tell a woman what we need to be doing. All right, cool. You can't tell us what we need to be doing until you talk to your own people of what they need to be doing. Your entire circle is filled with deadbeat dads. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But your entire circle is filled with deadbeat dads, popping bottles, flossing on the gram. I see you, I see y'all. And you telling me, you think that you qualify to say what a woman needs to be doing, and you have friends in your circle that you can't even talk to? No, thank you. Women got, one thing I can say about women, we got each other that we can turn to. Yeah. So don't worry about us. If we come to you for your advice, then fine. But don't worry about us too much. Worry about y'all need help within each other. And I think the best people to talk to y'all is y'all.
I agree.
Yeah, when the panel comes and we really sit down and we have this panel and we talk about protection from the black man and all this other stuff and whatever, healing. We want men there too, because y'all got to talk to each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to always talk to y'all. I'm a woman, okay? I could talk to you till I'm blue in the face.
I just don't feel like it's my place. I can just tell you how we feel. Right. I have no understanding of what it is like to be a man and or a black man at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we relate in the fact of being black, and then I have the experiences that I have with black men that I care about. Right. So that's where I can like empathize and all of that with you. But I don't understand what you're going through within yourself. And I probably can't heal you. And then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even feel capable of being able to, like, certain scenarios, of course my perspective should be valued if you fuck with me like that, but outside of that, you know what I'm saying, I feel like you should get that information from another man that, you know what I mean, knows exactly what you're up against. And I feel the same way about women. There are, to me, things that need to be separated, that men need to deal with and work with men, and women need to deal with and work with women on these things, because we are different in those ways. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like I feel like there's things that black people need to discuss, and there's things that white people need to discuss. And we don't always need to be together about every conversation, because we have different scenarios and different lifestyles.
Absolutely. You know? And there's a misunderstanding. Sometimes, like, you'll get a man that will say, women are emotional. But this is the thing. Let me explain something to you. By design, we were made to be emotional. Emotion is not a bad thing. So stop with the...
To me, even when they say that women are emotional, that's them being emotional to me when I see it. So it's so fun. It's just ironic and hilarious to me.
No, absolutely.
Like,
it's them too. However, that's not something that... If you think that you're saying that because I'm supposed to feel bad or emotional, by design, I am a mother. I have to have some sort of emotions to raise my kids to feel like they're loved, or they're going to be out in this world like a bunch of y'all not feeling love, joining certain groups, getting jumped in for the main reason. When I talk to gang members or dudes that don't want to be in gangs no more, they be in my inbox too. The main thing that they said is they did not feel loved. That's their main thing. And that's why they turn to these people.
And Tamika, this is, you know me and my patriarchy stuff, but that's what that is. That's this idea that a ruling scenario is like a weakness, is being feminine, is being emotional.
Yeah, and that's what they need to disconnect, because that's a strength. It's to be emotional.
Exactly.
Listen, y'all just more like y'all have y'all can't cry.
Exactly.
We can. Y'all more fucked up. Y'all still can't even release.
We have strength how we have. Right. And it's both valued equally.
And I'm not saying you fucked up in a bad way. I'm saying the reality of you're fucked up. You need help. If you're a grown man at a certain age and you still in your spirit can't release a tear to just release, that is a problem. God gave you freaking tear ducts to be able to use them shits. Okay?
It's a balance.
Not just when somebody dies.
That's the point. It's the balance.
We're not saying be a crybaby.
Exactly. Just like y'all don't want us to be so hard or so masculine or whatever it is that you want to call it. But in certain areas, the energy of masculinity is beneficial when you're handling certain things, especially in a very highly masculine dominated world.
Yes.
We don't have a choice but to interact in a masculine way at times.
Yes.
I mean, just like, let's think about it as black people, black men in a white world. There's times where we do have to alter how we're speaking things and our hair and all that, right? We got to do those things because of the way of the world. So that's the same way for us. Women, black women particularly, have developed that as a coping mechanism because we have had to fare by ourselves, whether by design or by default, by ourselves. So you have to move through the world in a more masculine way at times because that is the way of the world. How else, you know what I mean? Like our femininity gets pushed to the side or looked at as weak.
Well, we've been forced
sometimes,
to be a little masculine because we have to raise kids by ourselves. That's where it really stems from.
And that's why I said by design or by default, that's why we have to do that. Exactly. But and the world is a masculine world. So in order for us to fare without a man to do those types of things for us, we don't have a choice but to pull our britches up a little bit more and utilize the masculine energy more.
But once we get to understanding, we can release more because I have decided in my life, if I got to be around people in certain scenarios and places where I have to operate out of my masculine energy more than my feminine, I'm not going there. Because by design, I love being a woman. And I want to only pull out my masculine energy if necessary. Maybe a business. I'm okay with it. It's duality. Right. You understand? But when you say about masculine energy, right? This is what I'm talking about where everybody got to know their place. And I got to speak on this. So everybody has to understand their position. So I don't mean to keep going back and forth because I just want people to just get it. There are positions and places and everything. So when we say, I just want to piggyback on something you said. Okay, 1 minute. When you said about, we nitpicking, whether it's my shit overheat. I need a new phone. But when I speak of the LGBTQ community, it's not everybody has their pockets and what they can bring to the table and where your place is and not feeling equal or whatever the case may be. There is some positions that are going to be made just for masculine energy. Yeah. And they have to be able to accept that. That's fine. It's not a discrimination. No, I want them to get, but this is the thing. It's not a discrimination. It's playing your part. I always refer to the car, the steering wheel, the engine, the wheels. You have to play your part because in certain areas, masculine energy is going to be respected more. It is what it is. And I'm not trying to bend the rules for certain things. Yeah. If it's a person that's going to be over security, the physical security, and teaching you certain things, I might respect the masculine energy more. Even if that other person has great skills, I might respect that more. This is who I've seen my leaders to be all my life. You understand? I feel more comfortable.
I mean, I think the bottom line in that again is if we all are really like moving for a particular cause and the person does have the qualifications and the skill set and the whatever it is to utilize it, whether they are gay, straight, or what have you, that they should be put into the position because they have the skill set and they have the know-how to do it. They're the best fit. Right. That's really it to me. Right. As long as you're the best fit, it doesn't matter all of that other type of stuff. That to me means like, if there are women that want to be a part of whatever type of military movement, I'm not gonna say no, you can't do it because you're a woman. I mean, if that's not the part that you want to play, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to say you can't do that if that's where you feel like that's your place?
I don't think that women gotta be in everything a man
I'm not saying that they do
either. Have the ability to do it.
I mean, but if that is what you are so moved to do within that space, I mean, I don't want to make somebody come in here and go have some babies if that's not what you want to do.
I really don't want to see a woman playing male's football unless it's women's football. I don't want to see it just because she's good at it. I don't. Let the men have something. Like, damn, let that be their sport. Let my sport be their sport. I don't need every single thing to be intertwined all the freaking time. It's not necessary. It's just like, even if you're a model, there are some full-size models. There are some models that are for skinny people. The full-size model don't always have to be with the skinny girls just to feel included. Everybody, you got a place just for everybody to their feelings. It is what it fucking is sometimes.
I mean, I get that.
And we got to stop trying to insert our way in every fucking thing to feel fucking
But so you don't think that somebody, if they want, it's like the military. Like if a woman wants to be a part of the military, she could be able to be deployed. You don't think that she should be in the military?
Absolutely. I mean, I think she should be in the military, but I think that she could be in a lot of different ways. There's all sides to the military. There's not for nothing. I'm not saying she should just equate to being a nurse. I'd rather, if I had my choice, I'd rather see a man out there in the field than a woman. And a woman doing maybe she could have the babies, they have a safe house, whatever. I'd rather it be that way. However, if a woman want to fight, I can't stop a woman from wanting to fight. That's like her right.
And I mean,
but I'd rather the men tell her, I don't want you to do this.
And I get the rather and I get the want. But the thing is, where the problem lies is like, if we're saying so we don't care about all of these types of different things, we just need you to be black. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it is that you want to do, why would it? You know what I'm saying? Just go and do it then. If that's the vibe, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a soldier,
I'm not mad at you if you want to
go be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, I'm not saying everybody like even I know even like the situation is like with the human rights policy officers. The gentleman that runs it believes that all black men are just enlisted. He believes that, and then women, you are welcome to join if you want. You know what I'm saying? Which I that's fine, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
You do have girls that, because not for nothing. I mean, who am I? My gun too, but if
I'm just saying, there's just people that are that.
I don't mind rules sometimes.
Who they are, I don't want to be who they are.
I don't want to live in a world with no rules at all.
No, it's not about it not being no rules.
Everybody just doing whatever the fuck they want. Good is bad, bad is good. Because that's what it's.
I don't think it's that. I just think if it's
structure.
Like, if somebody is, maybe they may not seem like they're the toughest person to you, but that's what they feel like in their spirit is they're calling to go out there and be a soldier for the board. Like, who am I to say no? You can't do that because you seem like this a little too much. I don't know.
I'm just,
you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
It's a vision in my mind. Like, honestly, when I think of, I'm being silly right now, but when I think of like somebody leading the army, right? Let's just, or whatever. I rather, if it's going to be a man, I'd rather it just not be a man with a beard and a pink dress. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I'd rather that be the imagery. And that's nothing. I'd rather the imagery be of us. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
I agree. I understand what you're saying in terms of imagery. I think that if things are just like the group that we watched that on Stone Mountain, if there's I get it. It needs to be like, this is something that is intimidating and threatening. I get that. But I get that.
Right.
And within that, like the thing that you watching or whatever.
I'm sorry.
On Stone Mountain or whatever. All of those people are organized, and we don't know what their personal preference or sexuality or anything is, because there's an organization to it. That's different. If we're gonna have groups like that, there'll be organizations.
Do you think that group will let somebody with a pink dress and a beard lead their group?
I mean, no, because that's the particular group, and that's what they've decided to do. You know what I'm saying?
And they look serious.
That's their rules. They have a uniform. Even like a lot of these things have uniforms. They have things that you have to wear. You can't step out of that.
And I'm not saying a man with a beard and a pink dress don't know how to bust his guns. Let's just be clear. But you can't be in the front line. You can't be the leader of this movement.
He just can't be in it if he's not going to wear the proper uniform. That's how it goes. In the military, there's a fucking uniform.
Yeah. No, that's true.
You can't wear that shit. When you want civilian time, you do civilian shit.
Yeah.
But if you're doing this, then that's what you do. That's all it is to it. And I feel like that for men and women and gay and straight, whoever.
Hold on, because because you know how it goes, where they'll be like, well, why can't I do this if I don't want to hear none of that, and I don't want no new rules about breaking it for people's feelings.
No.
We got it's a bigger pot to stir.
And that's it.
Bigger fish to fry. Yes. Moosh Boosh Productions. Thank you, baby. We out.
The men are mad. Bye.
I'm sorry. I love y'all.